Four, three, two, one. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to apartment 814, where officially five of us are sitting down on our couches in our apartment, which now houses five more people and as many people that wants to watch and follow. Take a load off, sit down, rest up, as we talk to you guys. Our little quips and stories and what we've done for the week. And thank you for tuning on in. I was about to say listen. I screwed that up. Anyway, who wants to go first on what they want to talk about?
Well, first, I just wanted to say he didn't mean that last order, folks.
Wait, what?
I said officially five.
You said
So I'm not an official member yet. Damn you, Anima! Damn you, Anima! I thought you were my friend. I thought you were my friend.
I said officially five, Animal. Did you hear me?
Nice cleanup, nice pickup there. So, I'm blaming Panic.
What? Huh? What did I do?
It's
A lie.
Shane.
Oh my
Shane,
god.
you didn't prep Sick Reaver for this.
Oh man.
Oh,
learn
see?
how to rap.
Look at that. Sock followed because of me. Yeah, there we go. See?
Yeah, because Sock is the best. Thank you, Sock. You were an amazing person.
Sock is the best, man. Socky
Right?
boy.
I would only hope socks follow me. They're on my feet.
So thank you, Sock. Thank you very much, man.
Nope.
He's
no
best
comment.
boy.
I'm gonna start.
Super dad joke. Okay.
I'm gonna start because I know other people have things about Gamescom, and I don't really care about Gamescom. I care about one thing about Gamescom. So, as people most likely know, Halo Infinite announced their release date at Gamescom. Their release date for the campaign and the multiplayer. Note, I said both the campaign and the multiplayer is December 8th of this year. Now, normally I wouldn't have a problem with this, but can someone please tell me, aside from 343, because I think they're full of bullshit, because they did explain why, but can someone please explain to me why campaign, trailer, gameplay, nothing has been shown at all? And this game is releasing in 3 months.
Yeah,
3
there's
months.
been a lot of like their test kind of first gameplay, and then it's a lot of cinematics and story.
They haven't even shown story or what it's going to be about.
Well,
They
okay.
showed
The smallest, yeah, the smallest amount. You're right. Like it showed pretty much Master Chief walking around, and then something going on with that dude at the end. Weird transitions and all, but yeah, you're right. It really wasn't much of a thing.
And then the trailer they had the audacity to show at Gamescom was just of a commander talking to her soldiers that are getting prepped to be Spartans, and a little child trying to avoid being killed by brutes and being saved by Spartans, inspiring hope. I'm sorry, saying that Spartans are inspiring hope. Granted, it's cool and all, but I don't give a fuck about that. Like, show me gameplay, please. I don't trust 343 right now. I don't.
So, here's what I think, and take this any way you want. I think they may be trying to hold that till maybe near the point where there is when the game is coming out, and I don't think that's a good idea. That kind of discourages people from the story, because back in the day, they showed the story a bit. They gave you at least a smidgen of what's going on in Halo. Like, I know, Panic, you don't like, what was it, Halo 5? Or
no, yes, it's 5.
Okay, and that they showed a little bit of that, because they showed that Master Chief was being hunted down, and people were just like, oh my god. But like before that, they showed like Master Chief being awesome. Or was that Halo 4 where he put down a shield and just survived an explosion? Was that 5 or 4?
That might have been 4, but 4 or 5. for 5, they showed the opening. They showed a demo of what the first mission with Master Chief would be.
True.
So most people knew what that mission would entail. They just didn't know which mission it was. It was showing you what you could do in the campaign, what the new stuff was. It showed that Master Chief now had a team that he was working with, so people knew about Blue Team before the game came out. Like, they don't have to reveal what's going on in the story. They mentioned that I forget his name, the other Spartan was hunting him down, and that was going to be
Locke.
Thank you, Locke. That was hunting Master Chief down, and that would be sort of the premise of the game. But what they didn't tell you was that you'd be playing as Locke for 90% of the missions and not Master Chief, which a lot of people were not okay with. A lot.
Yeah, that was like I think there was like a good amount of commotion, and then people played the game and had their divisive takes. I being one of the people who thought it was interesting that Master Chief was being hunted down, but I don't know, the story didn't land, so I couldn't really appreciate it all too much.
Wait, so when it comes to the story, before I get into that, before I really get into that, so you gave your opinion on what 343 is doing or why they're not showing gameplay trailer. So 343 put out a statement saying that the reason that they have not shown any gameplay, and not even at Gamescom when they announced the release date, was because the production process is in shutdown mode, meaning that they're done with development and now they're trying to focus on priority bugs and fixing everything with the game. And they said that making a gameplay demo or trailer would just slow down that process, which I think they're full of shit for saying, because they've been focusing on multiplayer this whole fucking time. And I'm almost certain that they're focusing on multiplayer because they think they know multiplayer is going to be where all the money's coming from, even though it's free.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was right of them. And whether other people believe me or not, no offense, I personally don't care. They're wrong for not showing gameplay trailer of the campaign when they've been harping on multiplayer for the past 2-3 months.
You're right.
So,
I agree with that. I agree with that because when you and I've actually got a little glimpse of this. When you go into like the game industry and you need to make an animation, there's a lot of times where you don't use your core team, but you send that request out to like an animation department or a group or some sort of organization. Basically, you're outsourcing to make that cinematic come to life, right? Because it'll take a lot more than your art team for the video game, which is busy making the video game. So they have the resources to do that. It's not like they don't have like Microsoft behind them 100% of the way, where they can't outsource the cinematics and the animation so that they can have something of some sort of hint for a story, which they've done before.
Right.
So I agree with that, and them focusing a lot on the multiplayer, and I think this is just par for the course now for game companies or companies that make games. Free to play has like a heavy focus because they want it to be fun, so that people will be hooked in playing that game for whatever reason whatsoever, and we'll see what will happen and what it entails when we get the game. But they're probably trying to make that. Maybe they're focusing on that so that people don't leave the free-to-play game, and maybe, just maybe, and this is only me hoping, that they are actually trying to get rid of the bugs, make sure everything is right in the new Halo. Like, this is just me hoping, right? I wholeheartedly believe
they
that
can do that and show campaign at the same time.
Yeah, they can. They have the resources. Yeah, they have the resources to do so. This is just me hoping, though. I have that little fraction of hope where everybody else is skeptical.
I mean, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that fraction of hope from you, but I am going to say that it is because you are oblivious Not completely, but you're oblivious to what 343 has done since they've taken over the Halo franchise. 4,
room,
right? Like 4 wasn't so bad, but it was an extreme stray from the original 3, ODST, and Reach. Like 343 definitely made it known that they were the ones in control of this franchise now, which was weird for me because 343 is composed of a few core members of Bungie, so they know the game, and that was why people initially had hope or trust that they would do the franchise right. So 4 came out, it was controversial. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It brought in more of the Call of Duty people because it started playing more like Call of Duty, and that's probably why they did it that way.
Yeah, it did
but
feel something.
It also alienated some of the Halo people, me included. And then 5 came out, and then I didn't care about the multiplayer anymore at that point. And then I was purely there for the campaign. And as I was about to say earlier, I didn't mind the story and how it played out, but I did mind who I was seeing it through. So, like I said earlier, you play with Locke for 90% of the missions in the story. You play with Master Chief, who I'm now going to call John because that's his name. You play with John for 2 missions out of 15 out of 15. 2 missions out of 15. What the actual fuck? Someone please explain to me. Like, how does the story revolve around John, but you only allow me to play as him for 2 missions? That makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I can't explain that. That's a decision on their own. They probably thought that maybe Master Chief is on his way out the door or something like that.
No, he's not. He's not. And even when 5 ended, he wasn't.
What I mean by that, I mean retire. Maybe someone needs to take over for him. Maybe that was the fashion that they hoped Locke would do that, But I don't know if that worked.
I mean, sure. If you want to take that route, you know what? I wouldn't be mad at it, because after Cortana's dealt with, I can actually see John saying, "All right, I'm done. There's multiple Spartans here. Y'all may not be as good as me, but y'all got this handled." I can see that happening. But the last time they made it so you're playing as 2 separate characters was Halo 2. And they did it well because in Halo,
very well.
It was John, Arbiter, John, Arbiter, John, Arbiter in terms of mission order. So one mission you played as John, one main mission, and the next main mission you played as the Arbiter. So explain to me why they didn't do it. And like I said before, 343 is comprised of members from Bungie. So explain to me why they didn't do that for 5.
Mm-hmm. The only practical thing I could think of is like they wanted to have Locke's team introduced and like show their character development for like later games. And it's kind of hard to do that if they only take up 40 to 50%.
It doesn't really make too much sense to me to have you showcase Master Chief, if I remember, quite a bit. Though they point blank say that you're hunting him down. So I think that was to be expected that you would play as Locke more, but I don't know if that would help the game. Like, remember Devil May Cry 4? Remember how it was half Nero and half Dante, and it wasn't like 85% Nero and only like 15% Dante. That would just like ruin it a bit. But I think they found like an equilibrium with that, showcasing the new character first. Then you got to play as Dante. In this, they had Locke for like way too long, I would say.
Until like the end, basically.
Yeah, for way too long. And
just so you know, you played as John for the first mission.
Mm-hmm.
You played as John for the 9th mission. And then the very last mission, everybody was working together, but you were playing as Locke's team. So
Yeah.
blue team was helping Locke's team because they realized what was going on and what John was actually doing or trying to do. So the team started working together, but you were playing as Locke's team. And I'm just like, you could have at least given me a choice on that one. Like, granted, it doesn't really make too much of a change in the long run because overall a Spartan is a Spartan. It's not like John and Locke gameplay wise. It's not like John and Locke gameplay wise work any different. So it's not like choosing a team would be different. But what they could have did was have each team do something different in terms of objective wise, and depending on what team you use or chose would depend on which objectives you completed for that last mission. That would have made sense, and then I would have been like, okay, this kind of makes up for me not playing as John for 90% of the game, but yet still doesn't. But you know,
Yeah.
there's things they could have done for 5. 5 was just handled horribly. Just
You know, Sock brings up a good point. Sock brings up a good point. Like, I think what's missing here is a game for Locke. Like, it's like you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring the franchise forward with Locke, right? I think that's what they're trying to do here.
Okay.
But they need a game that focuses on Locke and what Locke does, what is his ambitions and aspirations and whatnot, instead of just jamming in Master Chief in there. Like, I mean, that kind of gets rid.
Yeah,
It muddies the waters with what
that's what they were trying to do.
right? Yeah, so they needed a game before this game. That's
So-
what they messed up in.
Okay, yeah, I actually
Yeah.
agree with that.
Some-
I do agree with that.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
way to know who Locke is first before we get told his backstory in game, which, that happens. Which I do appreciate how Master Chief still pwned him when there was a one-on-one. And Master Chief was
Well,
just
yeah,
like,
that-
yeah, see you later, kid. Just left.
That was what I wanted to do throughout you're as Locke, you're supposed to be hunting John, and throughout the whole game,
Panic, reconnect.
like,
He's
Reconnect.
Phase.
Did you just say reconnect like as
Yes.
in Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
Yes.
Reconnect.
Disconnect, reconnect.
Rechain up. There you go.
Not
Better?
really. Not
Better?
really. I don't know.
Can I take this moment to talk about the fact that this man is calling him John? Like, he's disrespecting him in a rap battle. Come on, John.
Petty Officer John.
He
Yeah,
is
like, what
he
the
is
heck?
our foremost Halo
First of all-
expert in the group, so I think he has all the right to call him John.
Hey, John is an
Panic
amazing
as a
name, okay?
disconnect.
I mean, his name is John, so like,
I just stuck. That's like when Harry Potter called Voldemort Tom in the final battle. It's like watching an epic rap battle and Mr. Rogers calls Mr. T Lawrence.
okay,
It's like, that's what Locke should have said when he was fighting him. He like, "Come on, John." Oh, you gonna get it now?
he was still official. Like he said, what did he say? Spartan 1. He was like Spartan and Spartan number, and then just said like, you are disobeying orders and you have gone rogue. And Master Chief was just like, yeah, but I got something to do, so I'm gonna see y'all later.
I know, right? No, this 0 fucks will be given.
I
Do you know who I am?
Oh my gosh! Every time I hear that now, I can't help but think about when Sonic the Hedgehog said that, and Sonic Adventure 2. Dude, you know who I am. That's like the most aggressive thing he's ever said, aside from that stint with Metal Sonic.
I'd expect him to say my name, say my name, but
Oh no, that's a little too.
You don't need that.
But
I want
I
that.
think they're hiding something,
all
in my
right.
opinion. Panic.
That was an interesting take from Panic. I do agree with him, especially with the Gamescom trailer, which confused me because it almost seemed like it had nothing to do with Master Chief, but more like his legacy or something, maybe. But then it was just like this unnamed female Spartan, which I was confused about. So
Texas.
I don't like it when they do that. I don't like it when they just here's a character you don't know. Have fun. I'm like, who is this?
Hello?
What? Why should I care?
Hello. Can you hear me?
EXE.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so I'm gonna finish this off real quick because I'm on my iPad. I'm gonna fix my computer and jump back on. Just to finish it all off real quick, Locke was supposed to be hunting John for the whole game. You spend that whole game fixing other problems, and there's nothing wrong with that because they're going from place to place to place trying to find him, and there's problems arising everywhere else. So you spend that whole game trying to fix other problems just to find John. When you find John, Locke gets his ass whooped thoroughly. The whole team gets their ass whooped. And then John goes on his way. And then the next time you find John, you are teamed up with him because then you see the truth of what's really going on. What was the point of saying I'm hunting down John and the team only run into each other twice, and the first time it's just total wash?
Well,
Which makes sense. Don't get me wrong. John is just the better Spartan experience in everything in terms of between him and Locke. But like, don't give me build up of the two of one hunting each other to this little fight scene that's going on. Locke and his team get shut down, and then everything's all fine and dandy, and we get to the real problem, which is Cortana. Like, I think that was a bit wasteful in my opinion. So overall, I do agree with what Sock said in terms of they were probably trying to use this game to introduce Locke and give him the character development that they wanted, since they're probably going to use him for future games, and assuming they go past Infinite. But 5 was just handled poorly, very poorly. And I don't trust 343. I have not trusted them since 4. I need to see gameplay of the campaign for Infinite somewhere, some way, somehow before I buy this game. Because even though the multiplayer seems way better than 4 and 5, that is not enough, and free. That's not enough for me to buy the game. It isn't. So the campaign's free. I'm sorry, the multiplayer is free, not the campaign.
Yeah, it
So-
says on Steam you buy the campaign, like for this one.
Right.
So
Now, I have a tinfoil theory. Call me
Uh-oh.
out. Call me out if I'm wrong. But
calling it out now. Okay, go ahead.
good. So I don't know what it is what's going on in like today's media, and maybe it's seeping into video games. I'm not too sure. But when I saw Locke for the first time, I assumed he might have been like the new Master Chief because it centered around him a lot more. And the fact that, you know, he was a black male and they were showing his face, I was like, oh, you shouldn't have shown his face. You should have kept it a mystery at the very least, because that would have piqued it a bit for me, just wanting to know who the person was behind the mask. And
aren't you tired of that?
huh?
Aren't you tired of them doing that?
Yo, it is
Intrigue.
hilarious. It is hilarious you say that, because what that means to me is that Locke doesn't have the, we'll say, aura that John has.
Mhm.
Like if they even did conceal Locke's face, it just wouldn't have had the same effect as it does with Master Chief. It just wouldn't. So I feel like they probably realized that and didn't bother with it, especially since every Spartan that Master Chief ran into in 4, you have seen their faces. So it just wouldn't have the same effect anymore at that point.
Right. The mystique of the mask over, like the helmet over Master Chief's face, was kind of like part of the mystery, but that was part of what makes him cool, because you didn't need to see his face to know that he was fucking awesome. That he whoops your ass either other way.
You know what else made him cool? The fact that I only knew him as Master Chief. Where did you
Yeah.
even get the information of John? Was that in the game?
Yeah, it's in the game.
Dude, it's in the game, bro.
Oh,
Okay.
dang.
Because
Like,
Master Chief's
Cortana-
identity
It's in the
was
game.
never a secret. Like
Cortana
everyone
told-
knows.
He
who
calls
he
him,
is.
yeah, he calls him
No
John
one
like in the first
ever
game.
told me that. I've never heard anybody call Master Chief John.
Uh,
Bruh, Cortana calls him John in the first game.
Oh,
Yeah,
I do remember that too.
You-
Yeah.
you-
right.
You know, real big
You
Not
might-
guy.
secret, like, he's not on some
Or
Batman
him.
shit. It's just that the player just doesn't know what he looks like. Is all.
Yeah,
A lot of
They all
those looks.
all the characters know what he looks like though.
Yeah, but like that's
Gotcha.
also wanted to bring up too is like you have years and games of Master Chief. We don't know what he looks like. So of course the mystique has been and the intrigue has been built up. If you're gonna rely on one game to build up a character like Locke, yeah, no, you're not gonna do it.
yeah. They
You're
should
not
go.
gonna do it.
They should go the way of the of Blizzard and start making unnecessary side books and online short stories for the characters that people have to go out of their way to find and buy and not have access to in
See,
order
it
to
would've-
figure out Locke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see, it would have been
Be out
funny.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Lisa would be out there. Honestly, yeah, I think Sock's right. A game before this, at the very least, any game. I mean, I don't even care if it's like an RTS. Maybe we could have figured or find out who Locke was and his team before hunting down Master Chief. Maybe a game that would show us, what we wanted before that led up into Master Chief, like, I guess, running, or for Locke to go ahead and pursue Chief. Like if I remember correctly, his team, and he was trained to hunt down people like Master Chief, because he's basically the ultimate game. You're not really gonna stop Master Chief, but Locke and his team were supposedly trained to take them on, yet they failed because Master Chief shut them down pretty easily.
Handily.
He was like, all right, I gotta go.
You know what would have been cool is for them to like build a game and like kind of have it run concurrent with the events of the Halo series leading up to the last 5, and just see what Locke was doing, what his team was doing during those times, those epic times that you're aware of, and like see what his team was doing, what their team was dealing with. So that would have been a good would
Right.
have been a good game.
Yeah, that would. I thought that would have been a good game to have. Like at least a side
Yeah.
game. It doesn't even have to be like part of the main
Halo doesn't
cast.
do side games. Except for that one time they did.
Didn't they do?
Yeah, they did do a side game.
Didn't they
yeah.
do a side game?
And that was such a good side game.
Except for that one time they did.
No. I was about to say they did 2 side games.
What?
The-
What's the second one?
What's the
The
second one?
the true side game was ODST.
Right.
That was the true side game. Reach was technically a side game because
Man,
it
Reach
was
is not a side
Wait.
game.
Listen. Reach was technically a side game. It's a prequel to events, but it's technically a side game we could have done without Reach. Don't get me
Reach
wrong.
made me cry.
I love Reach. I
No.
love Reach.
No.
No, because
Made me cry.
we because one, honestly, like we needed to see the real threat of the Covenant. Because honestly, like until Reach, I'm not gonna front. Like in my opinion, they were whack as hell because Master Chief made them look whack. Like I did not truly fathom the amount of power they had at their disposal until Reach. They were like, you know what, fuck your entire planet. So it's like,
But
okay, so
but that was all explained. Like everything that happened
yeah,
in Reach,
it
like
was-
what
it was
they were capable of.
explained. But you don't see it because Master Chief is Batman and Superman in space combined together. So he makes it. He makes them look like garbage.
Well, look, I've never played a Halo game, as you guys obviously can tell now. If you didn't already know, and it may be a bit of a reach, but
No pun
Birth by
intended.
Sleep,
He set the
no
title.
pun very intended.
To the Halo Reach.
Was that a side game or not?
Halo
Um,
Reach.
It is
No,
the equivalent of Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
It's a prequel game.
Right.
Yeah. So
Might
if,
as
if
well
you
say
consider
it's
it a,
Birth by-
yeah. So if you consider a prequel game a spin-off, then yeah, it would be a spin-off. But it's a prequel game.
Yeah, it's a side game. So
Yeah.
they could have made one block. But all right, let's move on. Thank you. Now I'm gonna think about how Gamescom and Halo is kind of disappointing. Yeah,
But can I quickly interrupt with just a news on what do you call this, Warframe and Destiny 2 side?
Ooh,
Just a quick-
Warframe.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, please.
So-
I'm gonna leave. By the way, just continue.
Oh yeah, okay. But the what do you call this? The next expansions for both Warframe and Destiny 2 is gonna bring about the long-awaited crossplay on all console platforms for both games.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
Destiny 2's first with its I think what the hell is it called? Let me pull up my
Wait,
Steam here.
Destiny 2 is on. Oh, it is on other consoles.
Yeah,
Why
it's
did I
on
think
other
it was
consoles and
exclusive?
stuff.
I'm tripping.
Yeah. So it's always had like Destiny 2 has always had cross save, but this is the first time it's gonna have cross play. So I think
Yeah, that's the
The
new
Witch?
thing. That's what's hot in the
Yeah.
streets now. True
Yeah.
crossplay.
Yeah. So Destiny 2 is getting that like as soon as this. I think it's called The Witch. I can't open up my Steam for some reason. I think it's called The Witch. This new expansion is coming out, and for Warframe later this year, their expansion is coming up, and yeah, that's also gonna bring about crossplay. So
I can
exciting
appreciate
news.
that. Yeah, that,
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
People like both games. I can respect that.
Mhm.
More power to them,
Warframe.
especially Warframe.
The original non-invasive free to play.
I mean,
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
I still can't come around and play Warframe because of my own personal reasons. But I
Yeah.
respect the game, and I think it's pretty cool. And
Sounds
it
like
kind
you're
of,
letting a girl down.
just you,
Let her down easy.
me and you
It's-
just
it's-
couldn't
it's-
work out. You know, we can
Yeah,
still be
it's not you,
friends.
it's me.
Yeah,
It's not
we can
you.
still be
I
friends.
respect you. You have a nice personality.
Well, I have my reasons why I can't play like free to play games in general, and that's because of my personality and how I have kind of like I guess you could say I am the wrong person to play a free to play game. Let's just say that, and I am trying not to fall into that trap because I know myself. So Warframe is going to be fun. It looks like fun, and I've played it. It is fun, but I've fallen hard in Warframe, so I decided not to play it. That's for my own reason. So
Yeah.
good game, just not for me. You know?
Yeah, see, I equate Warframe. Warframe is a funny game because Warframe is very repetitive, yet it's still like very fun gameplay still because there's so many
Yeah.
different frames you can experiment with. It is repetitive though,
Right.
so That's-
It is very repetitive. That's probably like the core gameplay is like, ooh, let me try out this Warframe and see what nonsense you can.
yeah, exactly. You could pull off some crazy nonsense though. That you gotta admit, like,
Okay, so
there's some crazy stuff you can pull off. Whale noises, yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been wailing on that game. Not much.
I
$1.
see. That's what I would constantly avoid. I wouldn't just be a whale. I'd be a flying whale hovering in the clouds, about
No,
3
this-
times larger.
There's not that much to spend though. If you really look at the store, there's really not that much to spend on like that you
It's
would want to
it's
experiment with.
it's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I know myself, and I would probably bust
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
store
about to
open.
say. I'm
So-
like, this dude's painting himself like some sort of creature out of a Miyazaki film. What the heck are you talking
We
about?
call those leviathans. Oh, that's a new tier.
Leviathan.
Leviathan.
Yikes.
No,
Sounds-
okay,
it
that's
sounds intimidating and impressive.
no, that's that one guy, Sync. That's his tier.
True.
Leviathan.
Oh yeah, the dude from the Black Desert.
Yeah,
$250,000.
you can't even compete with that. Like, I don't.
Good
even,
lord, yeah.
So like we have like whale tier, Leviathan tier, Godzilla tier.
Yeah,
Like-
apparently, do we get a Colossus tier? I feel like
that's
Shadow of
the
Colossus-
yeah that's the one right after whale. You know.
Yeah, apparently
I
I'm
feel
not
like
a
that's-
whale on me like in Genshin yet. Apparently, I'm just an orca. I haven't hit whale rank yet.
You're an orc.
Yeah,
Steadily, you'll make it. I know
I'll
you
make
will.
it there.
You'll
Yeah, I'm
make it
just
to whale shark.
imagining-
I'm sure you'll make it to whale shark first. Then
Yeah. The first rank is baby shark, of course.
Then megalodon, then whale.
Oh, hello? I think Megalodon's a little bit better than Whale. But
Nah,
okay.
the whale's bigger than a megalodon.
True. but
Um,
I feel like it's more.
Wait, which whale are we talking about?
Blue whale.
Blue,
The blue whale. That's what I default to. The blue whale.
Blue?
Yeah, I default to the blue whale, my friend.
Blue whale. I feel like a
Bismarck.
megalodon. Okay, I need to Google because I was about to say a megalodon can probably kill a blue whale, but then again, I can't say for sure. So no.
Well, there's a lot of history to that on why the blue whale is here and why the megalodon isn't.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my
Excuse me.
gosh. On the
But
next episode of Aquatic Life,
I'm about to go watch the
National
Discovery
Geographic.
Channel. You guys are getting me like hyped for Discovery Channel now.
I'm about to go watch Sharknado.
Oh man, go get Disney
Oh,
Plus and watch all
Sharknado's
like
the
the nature
ultimate.
stuff. Oh, Sharknado's amazing.
Oh my god.
Is it? I've never seen it. It just
It's
sounds-
okay.
It's
okay,
the memeiest movie ever. Trust me. It's
Yeah,
like-
it's funny. It's funny because it's stupid funny and it is self-aware. That's what makes it so fun to watch. Like you're not watching it for like insightful, like like thoughts here. No, you're just watching it for stupid, corny popcorn clicks. Fun.
It makes enough money to have to like be a trilogy.
Yeah.
And
Apparently.
I think they have a fourth movie. I think.
That's
So-
so funny.
All right. So who else wants to bring up something? Skeptic.
Gaming Road News.
Do you have
What's up?
anything? Do you have any shocking, chaotic things you want to talk about?
In the gaming news, let's see. Gaming sphere. Oh, we might be able to buy PS5s.
All right, moving
Yeah.
on. Anima, do you want to talk about something that isn't
No,
something
I-
that involves the
I
PlayStation
want to
5?
hear this. I want to hear this.
You said chaotic, bro.
I
You
did say
delivered.
chaotic.
He said the dirty word.
Let's see. They're trying to Sony's like refocusing like a lot of they're like trying to like triple their production since like I don't know what they're going to do about the scalpers, if they're even still a problem.
They still are, but you can't really do anything about them.
I mean, like scalpers, well, I say kryptonite, but scalpers' weakness is time. Like once enough time goes by, it's like okay, they lose all their power.
Well, they still have like when something comes out and is announced, right, with a new item or a new shipment of something, as soon as the announcement is, out there, they'll buy up all the crap or buy up all the stock. So waiting for a PlayStation 5 to come out again. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, they'll just wait until like new shipment comes in and they'll buy that up too.
Yeah.
You can't really stop a. There's
No,
no real
it's-
way to stop
Okay,
it.
then why were we able to buy PS3s? Because they did the same thing with that nonsense. People paid like $600
So-
for a PS3.
So back in those days, it wasn't. You didn't have like the technology wasn't even caught up at that time. Like there may have been eBay, there may have been Amazon, there may have been a lot of things, but they were smaller. And don't take this the wrong way, they were weaker back in those days. That's the PS3, and I would say more or less on like what about the PlayStation 4? Since that is also a system that was at the very least a good seller. And
Yeah, it was highly anticipated too.
right. And the thing was that we also had another middleman that was, very well working out for us. We also had the technology to make a buttload of those consoles, and we had GameStop, and I think like mom and pop shops. I think I had a game corner around my way, and what other? I just keep thinking GameStop, but there's definitely more. Game Crazy. Basically, there were a lot of shops and a lot of stores that also just like stocked up on PlayStation 4s and PlayStation 3s. You could just walk in, like, "Hey, can I get that console?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, yes, you can," because they had plenty.
That's the thing. It also goes to show that this is a low-key side effect of GameStop taking over that whole market. Because there used to be an abundance of game stores.
Yeah.
But like on top of that, and then Amazon kind of doing the finishing blow on pretty much anything that was left.
Yeah.
They're like, where do you go to get a game system now?
Anybody know how much a PS5 costs now?
I don't even
Don't look
care.
it up. Just ask off the top of your head.
It's like
800.
it's probably like $3.99,
The
$4.99.
price it was announced at? Shit.
Oh, you mean like MSRP?
Like
Has it been a year?
Walmart. Almost.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Oh wait, Walmart. Yeah,
I'd say 500.
Yeah.
yeah,
try
around 500.
try 850
I was the closest one.
Huh?
or the digital edition.
Why though?
Because it's
Um,
Walmart.
Supply, demand, do you
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
But
After
like
the
the
scalpers
official
seem to like
outlets is going
Palpatine.
beyond. So
Got all the
Yeah.
supplies.
so
Yeah, they
Sony.
don't have to sell at MSRP. They
Yeah.
can,
Oh, really?
They can like jack it up.
Match
Yeah,
those
Oh.
yeah, they don't
movies.
have to sell at MSRP.
I think Walmart's just getting in on the craze then. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we can make our money too. Jack that shit up. And it's just
I mean, might as well.
yeah.
Walmart wants
See
some of
that
PS5
makes me
scarcity
less
money.
want to buy it. It just makes me
Thankfully,
less.
there's no like hardcore reason to like until Sony's like, okay, we're gonna come to all your houses and smash your PS4s. There's like no reason.
I wish they
Yeah.
would.
Can you imagine?
Well, you're there.
We would
System
like to
purge.
break. Just come in and just start breaking your shit.
Oh, this is a Nintendo but Sony style.
Right? Just
Sony ninjas.
boop. They'd be
Allow
like,
us to break your
they come in and be
PS4s.
like, we would like to break.
And
I
everybody-
think they'd have to be savvier than that. They need to send out some sort of like PS4 specific like EMP.
I know a brick that like bricks your PS4. Like that's the
Yeah.
only thing.
Like an EMP
electromagnetic
shockwave.
wave. Yeah.
They said, hey, there's a new
Will not
update
work
for
anymore.
us. There's a new update. All right, I'm gonna download that shit right now. Download it, and then it's like, bzz, can't play anymore.
No, first before it does that, it brings up an ad saying buy a PS5 here at Walmart, blah, blah, blah. And then it breaks.
Oh my gosh. It was Walmart all along? It's not nearly as catchy as Agatha, but okay.
But they have some degree of like I know like we're like joking, but like to some degree like they have some level of like I'll say control but influence over our consoles because like remember when I forget how many years ago it was, but like I turned on my PS4 and there was like and like Destiny 2 was there, and let me tell the digital version, and I was like, I didn't buy that. Why is that here? Why is this here? And then like I saw in the store like it was free to play I think for like a week or two, and like they just force downloaded it on everyone's PS4. Like did that happen to you guys or was it just me?
Oh, look at that. That was. Hey, thank you, Faye.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
Faye.
Faye.
Oh, appreciate it.
Nani?
Yeah, Faye came in. Noise.
I don't even know what that was that popped up on screen.
Yeah, what was
cannot-
that?
I cannot see.
So,
Noise!
What did I miss?
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either. But like, what was that?
'Cause we have it muted.
you'll hear it in the stream. That was the. I guess you could say that was a. I
I
guess
was vibing it loud. Yikes.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was loud.
Turn
So I'm
down,
turning it.
thing.
I am going to do that.
Yeah, Sock,
Um,
Sock has sensitive ears, so yeah, just letting you know.
And then loud. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
So while I'm fixing that, that was a short little. I guess you could say that was
A video?
no, not a video, but
Alert?
it wasn't an alert for not even alert. That was a piece of music from Packstep, the beginning like 5
Oh.
seconds or beginning 5 seconds.
We
of
just want to
Packstep.
know what the alert was. Is that
Oh,
Yeah.
copyright.
Yeah. What is it for? What's the alert for?
That was for YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Oh, your phone into the microphone? That's what happened?
Yes,
Oh wait, you're dual streaming on YouTube right now?
yes,
Okay. Oh yeah, because you're not affiliated with this channel. Okay.
yes. It's a good thing too because
nice?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
go and check that mofo right now. All right, but keep going. What you talking about, sir?
But then weren't they Sony was talking about like changing up the materials for the PS5. Are they still going through with that plan? Like
So
they
we
said
don't
that,
have to import them?
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, they were talking about that for the longest time. Like they were actually going to remodel the PS5 so that they were using different parts that are actually more readily available. But I'm not
There are
sure
like
if.
American parts. That'd be convenient.
Oh my God, American parts though, it'd be like at least $900 MSRP. It's like
The parts are getting rare, yeah, unfortunately. Cause I think what was it? There's I forgot what the part's called, but it's on low shortage because of what's happening with the pandemic and
Mhm.
China and all the other stuff. The manufacturing business is going because of that, and
Right.
that goes into some political stance, which I don't want to get into.
but there's so much of it.
There is. But I just want to see. I just want to see appliances filling up like the stores again because people are in desperate need of appliances and they can't get their hands on any. So that's what I want to see right now. Is like a restock of all appliances that are necessary for living. And then the PS5. Yeah, appliances are like not being restocked at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
So that's the
Yeah.
reason why for the shortage of PS5s too. They're
Yeah.
expensive to make though, so it's like
Yeah.
they were thinking about redesigning it.
Yeah, they were. And I just haven't heard any news on that front lately.
What?
So how come Xbox SSX Trickies, whatever they're called, are readily available, but not PS5s?
That's a good question.
What was the question again?
Why is the new Xbox readily available versus the PS5 being like MIA?
Because
Basically.
who the hell wants an Xbox?
I was trying to not say it.
Ouch. That hurts the soul.
Like,
I
are you
want
kidding me?
my rectangular gaming tower.
that hurts the soul.
If they made it so that it also worked as a barbecue, I would totally buy it.
Oh
Speaking of which, when's
yeah, I
that
forgot about
KFC
that.
console coming out? That's
The
what I
KFC console, yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
Oh yeah, the good stuff. So I've obviously never owned an Xbox system, if you guys can't tell by now, but here's the thing. I feel like that is the testament of the gravity of just how big of a gap, the disparity between the supply and demand for an Xbox and the supply and demand for a PS5. Xbox, plenty of supply. What's the opposite factor?
Well,
then?
Here's the
So
thing too, though.
demand.
Here's the thing. Let me go into Microsoft's defense. Let me go into Microsoft's defense. You don't need to buy the latest Xbox to play their games, right? Like you have Game Pass on the Windows Store. You have like their game, like select games on the Windows Store as well.
You
So
can play it on PC, right?
yeah, you can play it on PC. So that's that. I'm gonna defend Microsoft on that one. That's a good idea to have.
It
So
is.
maybe that's why it's not pushing as many consoles out because people are just getting the games on PC.
That was the argument we talked about a long time ago.
Okay.
now on
I
this
think
channel.
that's
Yeah.
small enough there. I fixed
Okay.
it.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool. All
That
right.
looks nice too.
One of the things that we talked about was how because they did that, there's no real incentive to get an
Right.
Xbox. You know, which if you're trying to push consoles, probably there should be some incentive, unless you really aren't trying to actually sell Xboxes.
Yeah.
It almost makes you wonder what's the catch. Like, why aren't you guys trying to make it so that people have an Xbox? You know what I mean? Are you trying to shift away from Xbox? Because I know Game Pass is kind of their future, like the cloud gaming source and just physical copy games and all that. Like they are moving forward in a positive direction. One thing they got PS5 beat on is just like the PS5 hardware is gotten to the point where it's more expensive to make than it is to like profit from sales of consoles alone, which is why this issue really particularly plagues them, because making more consoles works to their disadvantage big time, and they're hopping onto the cloud gaming aspect of things. It's like a almost too little too late situation. Like their big dilemma is that they invested too much into the hardware, you know,
Yeah.
while everybody else is kind of moving away from consoles, and
Well,
Xbox is one of them.
Well, because Xbox can, because Microsoft can. Microsoft is in the computing business. Sony isn't. Right? They don't have a PC, so they have to stick with the console business. That's the thing with Microsoft. Microsoft, this practice that they're doing right now is very consumer friendly. This is not business friendly. This is consumer friendly. It's like as if their consoles are okay. You can't afford the high end PC. Here's a console, right? Versus, oh, you have a high-end PC, here are the games, you don't need our console.
Right.
That is super consumer friendly, but it's because they can afford to, because they're in the computer industry.
Right.
Sony has no choice.
Right.
So-
and more so than that, they didn't necessarily need to have a console that played discs as well, because again, that's what kind of pushes the whole thing over the edge. Having a downloadable only game console was a very important option for them to implement. But again, Xbox also has that option. It's really interesting to see how they're gonna have a competitive edge over Sony in that respect, in the long run. But right now, joke, but still kind of a important thing to note is that nobody really needs to invest in an Xbox if they have the ability to get the games or play the games through another way. So yeah, I mean, it's funny, but Xbox isn't really going to be a thing in the future. I can almost guarantee you that they're going to move away, or this might even possibly be their last console.
No,
Here's something to remember. Sorry, here's something to remember. The PS5, if you actually boot it up, you don't have to go online. You can just boot it up and play your games. So, for the longevity of the console, PS5 has an indefinite lifespan versus Microsoft. If their servers go down ever, that's it. You can never play your games again with the new Xbox.
That is fair. I think but that's just the risk you got to kind of take. You know what I mean? We've come a long way, and we've absorbed the shock of a lot of the price we have to pay for what we have now when it comes to consoles.
Yeah.
So people are worried about downloadable games. What if I don't have the arguments against downloadable games versus physical hard copies? You know what I mean?
Right.
And that also has to do with music. MP3s, were kind of a problem for a lot of everyone who makes music because they're easy to share around. It's how am I going to get paid if I can't get people to buy my CDs, right? So you had to come up with comprehensive cloud services. Even though I don't think those really sell or get as much money for the artists, it helps mitigate the issue of, say, FrostWire, LimeWire, and that whole thing that happened. So you kind of have growing pains, but I feel like Microsoft took a step in the right direction at least. And yeah, I think the Panic. I know, right? Taking you way back.
No, man, not just LimeWire. Napster. Remember Napster?
I do remember Napster. I was too young to even really understand or know or do anything about that, actually.
I'm sorry, I'm old, okay?
That's funny.
I know, you just said you're older than me. Never touched it.
My dad sits there and be like, I was just like, how did you get all this music CD, Dad? And it was like, all right, don't tell your mom, but I've been doing this thing where I've been visiting or using this thing called LimeWire, and that's how I've been getting all her CDs. And she thinks I'm going to some broke guy down in Philly bootleg copy when I can just make them. I was like, all right, Dad.
Everyone
true story.
I just downloaded them and made these discs. They were just in the family making them. But yeah, right now it's possible that Xbox has more exclusives than Sony. Sony hasn't dropped anything yet for the PS5, really. I mean, it's weird to say, but and that used to be the argument that people had because Microsoft lacked first party
vision.
Well, yes. you lack resolve. But I mean, if you really put it into perspective, I think that right now it's still really early in the console generation for these two. We're not gonna see everything really fully mature until maybe 2022 mid-year. The holiday season's coming up for this year. A lot of games are going to drop. And right now, there's probably a better reason to have an Xbox or play Xbox games than there is to play PS5 games. I have to admit. Because Psychonauts 2 just dropped, and I want to play it. I'm just like, come on, man.
Yeah, the thing about Microsoft, though, they pretty much have everything else available in Windows. So, you can play Psychonauts 2 Windows. Have to go through Windows Store to get Psychonauts 2 and still play it on there and play it on their console as well. So it's what Last Order said. They're being consumer friendly. You can have a high-end PC and play their games. You can also have the console for those who doesn't have a high-end PC. So I think they're thinking about that, which is the reason why their console probably isn't so expensive to make. Why it doesn't look like some sort of high-end gigantic brick tower. Look at all the burnt CD.
I know. Like, oh, sorry, we're having a whole other conversation. I feel like the giant system is just so weird. It's like an actual computer tower.
Yeah, for
They
the
revealed
PS5.
the
Yeah.
Halo version of it, and I'm just kind of like snore. My topic basically comes down to Gamescom being a snores fest. Like, one of the most interesting things I saw was what was it, Ritual of the Lamb or something? What was it called? Let me look it up real quick.
Funny you talking about
Cult of
customs.
the Lamb. That was something that looked pretty interesting.
That
Um,
I'm gonna be honest, it had me like worried a little bit because of like what its setting is, but I'm sure it's gonna be fun for some people.
I mean,
Oh,
look,
jeez.
man, there's just all kinds of games like that. They're just not presented in such a cute fashion.
Oh, it's
Um,
cute. It's cute and scary at the same time.
Yeah, it's a nice combination. April Neil and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wasn't even like my thing that I got out of that. It was really T. Lopez's music for that game. Like,
I don't know.
T. Lopez is developing the soundtrack for that game, and it's outstanding. You can just hear it in the trailer. It's already amazing.
I'm the opposite. I like what I saw. I'm
I
a
mean-
sucker for beat 'em ups and
It don't look bad.
Ninja
April
Turtles.
O'Neil.
And I was just like, holy shit! I haven't played Ninja Turtles in forever because I keep losing. It's so hard.
Still haven't
Hey,
got
what-
my copy of Scott Pilgrim in the mail
Oh no.
from first run. Well, limited run. It takes a while because they're developing all the products. It was like a Kickstarter of sorts. Like I
Oh,
could have
no.
played the game digitally, but I just want that physical copy.
Man, Anima, you're such a later stage millennial. You gotta like go with us millennials at a cusp. Okay, Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles is the way to
Ninja
go.
Turtles definitely is probably going to be a lot of fun. I might end up playing it. I just want to say that Gamescom did not really hit me in the like. Okay, Far Cry, cool. Saints Row, going a little bit more serious. There's a new Marvel game that has X-Men in it. That's kind of important
Wait, there was one game.
because that means that we can have X-Men and Marvel games again.
Yay! If they're good.
Which, I mean, well, if we have that, since we do have the whole Disney is buying everything for the
Yeah.
There it is. Okay,
sake of
so
good.
does anybody remember that one really like it's for it looks fun, but it's for 9-year-olds because it is
Are you talking
about
that game that had like 18 different gameplay elements in it.
called Dokev,
Yeah,
which
that
is
game
like
was
a Pokemon slash like parkour slash adventures slash platform slash
Yeah.
beat 'em up
Wave
slash
Racer, beat 'em up, dance revolution. It's
Like-
all
Really?
the game.
Yeah, in the physics and motions, you could tell it's definitely like motion captured for most of everything. And I'm like,
Why'd you say it was for 10-year-olds? Come on now,
Bro,
that game was
it's-
dope.
bro,
It's
do you not?
every game
It
I've
looks
ever
like
wanted.
it. Listen, it looks like it's for 9-year-olds, man. I can't unsee that the fact
Okay.
that it's for 9-year-olds. Like it looks fun.
I guess
but-
Animal Crossing is for 9-year-olds too.
I mean, Fortnite looks like it's for 9-year-olds.
For sure.
This is
It looks,
I
Minecraft
just
looks
I
like it's
just
for
it
9-year-olds.
looks like listen, it looks like it was definitely pointed towards, hey kids, here's a fun game. That's what it looks like, and it
what
doesn't.
fun
Sure.
game? A fun game?
It looks like, hey kids, this is a fun game, and I was just like, oh, this is definitely something I would give to like my little cousins and stuff. They would probably have a ton of fun playing this game.
That game has so much going on, bro.
Dude,
It
you
looked
play
like-
Pokemon. You can play it too. It's okay. You don't have to be 9 to play it.
I can't see myself playing it. I don't know. I don't know
Stop.
yet. I don't know yet.
Why, man?
You say like, don't tell me you wouldn't play it, but just I don't think I can. It's too much.
Ninja Turtles looks like it's for 9-year-olds.
Ninja Turtles, yeah, well, that's nostalgia kicking, so there's a reason for that. This is a whole
Maybe
new game,
because
bro.
we were 9 when we
It
played
looks
beat 'em
like-
ups.
Bro, it looks like it has everything in it, everything in it.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
own concern. I'm just like, bro, is this game gonna
That
function?
that's
'Cause-
why I'm saying it looks like it's for kids, because they can't stick for anything for like a minute. So have something
Oh,
else.
You're saying that 9-year-olds don't have a attention span, are you?
Are you saying that they have ADHD, all of them, huh? Is that what
All
you're
of
saying,
them?
Sink? Is that
I
what you
mean,
want to take?
You never
I
know.
have ADHD.
It,
I have ADD.
I have ADHD too, but like it just
So
looks
does
like
that theoretically mean that
it
we're
just
9-year-olds?
looks that way. I'm not saying it's a bad game. Don't try and call me out for that. I'm saying it's just a game that I probably
Calling
wouldn't
you out
play.
for that.
Just because it don't look edgy, don't mean
Don't
I
need
know,
it to
man.
be edgy. It just I don't know. I don't see myself. I see like my little cousins playing it.
Okay,
I see-
well, what would
back in
be
my day,
weirder is
9-year-olds
this
were
game.
playing Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they've been playing that too. I just don't know if I would touch
I'm
it.
kidding,
It's
I'm kidding. Oh.
there's a little too much in. Like, why? How are you flying in the air with the umbrella? Then you're skating. Then you're boarding. Then you're fighting Pokemans. Then explosions. Then you're getting shifted to another world. Then
Good lord, that
platforming.
sounds
Then you're
fun.
swimming.
You sound excited, bro. You sound like
That's the best part.
it's the 9-year-old talking in
I know.
right now.
And you get to
There's
swim,
too much
and you get to-
information, man. There's too much. I can't take it.
Yeah, you can.
I can't take it.
He's saying as if he's saying that he can't take it, but it's not a bad thing. It's more like he's over it, like stimulated.
It's yeah, pretty much. I don't think I can
is
take
an
it.
Overstimulating trailer.
There's
If you guys
a
haven't
there's
seen
a
it, go
lot
check it
in
out.
Dokev. There's a lot in Dokev that I can't keep up with.
Oh, you're gonna play it. You're
my
totally
my
gonna play
adult brain can't keep up.
it. Adult. brain.
Okay, let's all play it. What is it for? What system is it for? What?
I don't know. They didn't
All
get
of
around to
them.
that.
All of them? Oh.
You gotta have all three systems.
It's like as crazy as it is, I wouldn't doubt it's on like your refrigerator, your toaster, your PlayStation, your Xbox,
You know,
your
up.
Switch, your game
pause for
your
a
Game
second.
Gear.
What if you could play video games on your fridge though? I
Can you
feel
imagine?
like we're getting to that level of
No,
well, you
technology.
can.
There's
They
a
have-
fridge. There's
they
a
have
fridge
smart
that was
fridges
able to
that
play.
have apps.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
There-
Yeah.
you can though.
Where's the market for fridge games? You know what I mean? You about like you're kind of sitting there trying to figure
Really?
out what you want to eat.
And
You're
your
looking
and
in
your
your
wife
fridge.
was like, "I need you to get off the fridge. I need to make dinner. please, please step away from the fridge." But honey, I'm on the 56th level in Gungeon.
Yeah, so I don't know the game that you guys are talking about, so I'm just looking at it now.
Please, see
Yeah.
that trailer.
So-
it's got way too
I
much
need
going
your
on.
opinion. Does it not look like everything's in there?
Yeah, it looks like it's like trying to be like Cubics on the PS5.
Cubics?
Oh,
I haven't heard that name in a
What-
while.
me too.
Did I just date myself? Sorry.
It's okay. You're still younger than I am. It's okay.
Hold on.
I'm gonna mention Galaga
What's it
to
called
date
again?
myself. Okay, just gonna
It
mention
looks-
Galaga.
It looks like if a PlayStation Home was in the Pokemon world, but played like 15, and everyone's a child. Yes.
Yeah, everyone is
that's
the main character.
Oh,
like-
so it's World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, that's actually a good comparison. It's like World of Final Fantasy, but like you're not chibi,
I'm-
Oh.
and it's like higher quality graphics.
But wait,
Mm.
there. So you say World of Final Fantasy, but even that's just an RPG. I mean, if we're
Combined
talking,
with
I don't know,
PlayStation.
man. The way you
Oh.
sold it, I'm excited for it. I don't know.
I know. He sold it. 9-year-olds are not.
What
No,
even
I'm
is this?
ready.
Okay.
because y'all talking about Fortnite, I'm like, yeah,
Let's
that's
talk about how
that's
clean it looks though.
like
Hold
it is
Have, like,
clean.
really
It's
smooth
I got
animation.
some
it's
Zach
clean, colorful, explosive, and has every genre known to man in it.
Bro, this is literally the only thing missing is like a sports aspect, which it probably will show later.
It probably does have a sports aspect in it.
Bro, what is this? This Kingdom Hearts 4?
I know.
If it doesn't have gotcha, I'm not playing it. I'm just saying
Wait.
like that.
Oh, if you don't
What am
spend
I
if you don't
looking
spend more of my useless
It's
cash,
Jet Set
If I
Radio,
can't wail on it, yeah.
but
forget it.
then
What
it's
is
like
this game?
I told you, bro. I told
This shit
you.
started out so simple, and it was like, oh
and
no,
then it turns into like DDR, and then it turns into a shooter.
bro.
and then
Like
turns into
it
Pokemon.
turned into like a whole like MMO raid boss are like fighting, and they're like, "Oh no, we're losing," and then they all throw out their Pokemans,
Right. It
And
was
I'm just
almost
like-
kind of like a Kolo Yoko moment.
and then they get away Air Gear style. Like, what is this? I'm
I know, it's like
totally
Monster
going to
Hunter.
buy this.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But
it's perfect
looks
for
like
kids who just can't.
but Pokemon,
It's perfect because it's like it doesn't stick to one thing. It's all over the place.
Oh, like if 15. Okay, no. In all seriousness, this is like if Final Fantasy 15 and Pokemon was an open world MMORPG that combined together with it
Not gonna
that
lie.
played like Kingdom Hearts 4, it would be this.
And then had a DDR contest with the boot, right?
the game definitely looks clean though.
I want it.
It has polish.
What
Yes.
even is there's
Damn you,
so
Stink.
much nonsense.
It's
It's overwhelmingly good.
right. It looks so. It's beyond anything I can honestly say is for
It-
me, right? Because honestly, it's so colorful and it looks good, but it's too much for me.
It's got some Katamari Damacy going on in there.
Bro,
I think
it's
it
got
got
everything
wild.
up in here.
When you started going
Bro.
all like first of all, it started flying and shooting, and then it got all Spider-Man on you. And it's like, wait, you can just kind of
Yeah, like, what
like,
is this?
I wouldn't doubt if like Tetris like fell out of the sky and just do it. Oh, here's a puzzle. Here's a puzzle. Here you go. You said we had everything. My God, man. Like there was no
Yeah.
focus.
Well, no, let's not say it doesn't have focus. It looks like you fight things.
I
and,
don't. Really,
and you travel with very much
I don't know anymore.
very much different vehicles of modes of transportation, let's call it, you know. And they got summons, like
Summons. They got full on Pokemon, man. Like
Like, what is this?
it looks cool.
Are you
I'm not
showing it
gonna
right now?
lie.
Oh, you're showing it. Yeah, you're showing it. Nice.
Oh, are we showing it? That's
Yeah.
a
Are
good
we?
point. That's a good
Oh,
idea.
let me see.
That's a good idea.
it's
Like you have to see it. We can't describe it.
like the adults are dancing.
This cannot be described at all. This needs to be seen. Like, what is this? I haven't said that since like Dead Fantasy.
The graphics are nice.
I know, right? The graphics are actually super clean.
Wow.
4K
This was the
gameplay.
most exciting thing to actually see. Like aside from everything else, total snooze fest. This game really actually
Were
it
there
looks
other
like-
games?
it has the potential to be this generation's Pokemon. To be honest with you,
It has a lot going on, and
I'm here for it.
My God, it's Tony Hawk style. Oh.
like I don't understand. It's just like is it Pokemon?
Yes, everything you said. Yes,
Or,
It's
like,
everything.
Like and apparently these Pokemon can interact with the world, and I'm like, wait, did that kid just feel something?
And there's fishing. Okay, I'm sold.
There's fishing in the game.
all right. So I'm gonna call it Breath of the Fantasy.
Oh
3.
look, you can have fashion.
yeah, it seems more like
Diamond
Digimon.
version.
I'm gonna give
I
you
am
that one.
intrigued, man. I'm intrigued by this game.
And just because there's little kids in it, don't mean nothing. Because Splatoon was the same way. It kind of looked
Listen,
more like
at
teenagers
least
and-
that was a cartoony. Squids are
Same
kids.
problem is
Oh,
this
I'm
is
loving the graphics.
two 4K high quality for him.
Yeah.
Well, oh my God. And
And this isn't even the trailer that I'm talking about. Like, you need to see the gameplay trailer.
he
This is
can't
a
handle
whole
the ray
different
tracing. That's what it is. The ray tracing is getting to him.
kids in a car,
This is amazing.
then flying. And
But
then,
I'm gonna have a 4K screen, so it looks fantastic.
This is
Yeah.
amazing. I don't know if this is an MMO.
Is this an MMO? You
No,
can't tell.
no, they said that they were. From what I'm reading here, they said that they were trying to make it an MMO, but like they had to downsize it to like really big, like just open
Open
world. Yeah, like it's not gonna be like thousands and thousands and thousands of people, but a couple hundred at
Okay,
a time.
that's still an MMO.
It's just well, I guess we can call it either it's a very very small MMO or a very big open world game. I don't know how you want to.
Well, I mean, there's people populating it, right? Like at all times, or
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
okay,
Okay, what is it? This?
okay.
We're-
This is
I
just a
can't, like,
cinematic
no.
trailer. You gotta see the gameplay.
Yeah,
No,
we
I'm
need to
not-
see the gameplay.
That's,
with the
yeah,
game.
I'll get to the
Here.
gameplay. I'll get to the
I put
gameplay.
that into the group.
But the graphics look amazing, though.
What is this?
That's in-game graphic. That's
Are these
that's
dress
trailer.
spheres? What is this?
If they're giant,
Wait, they even have? Oh, they have like a walkthrough commentary for it. What?
don't do that. Not right
Oh,
now.
don't, yeah.
Just the gameplay.
Just
trailer.
gameplay,
The
yeah.
one that they showed. In
No,
Kingdom
bro, this is just on some Kingdom Hearts shit. Like they're just chilling and like these monsters pop up and on straight up like Heartless style.
Come.
What is
Okay.
Like I put it in
All
this
right, I
subject.
got it.
That's
I
the
got
perfect.
it. I got
trailer.
it.
It's the one we all saw.
Stop
We were supposed
advertising
to
games
protect
to me.
you, Cone.
Stop advertising games to me. I'm supposed to be saving money.
Oh, stop! Holiday season's gonna wipe everybody out.
Okay.
Oh,
Too many
that's
things.
in game. Oh
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that was in game.
This is
Oh wow.
Like that
are
wasn't
these,
just
are these
cinematic.
Keyblade? What is this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's like you got, but you got,
Look at those animations.
you
bro.
got.
Oh my
you-
god.
bro. You have like what was it? Esports? Not esports, but you
Oh,
got.
y'all didn't actually see like the gameplay trailer?
That's what I'm saying. They didn't even see the gameplay.
Oh, that's what I was looking at the whole time. Like this is absurd.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Now we're showing off the gameplay trailer. The gameplay looks
jump,
just as smooth as the
jump.
actual.
Oh my god.
Look at this.
I want this.
I do too. I'm not.
There's no.
And then the
way in
fashion thing,
hell.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it's a dress sphere. It is a dress sphere.
All right. I'm like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
And look at this.
What the hell is that?
Yo, even at night,
Heartless.
it's
Friggin'
straight up Vegas.
What is that?
Like it's super colorful. Yeah,
Understatement.
I don't care if it was meant for kids. I'd play this.
I want this
Facts.
game.
Oh my
Well,
god,
the
these
game looks
monsters look
polished.
crazy.
I want this game.
The hammers. Oh, Hammer Bros all day long.
You know what?
You could just
know
ride
what?
an alpaca.
This is like what do you call this? This is like what Earthbound would be like if they got a next gen
Actually,
game.
that's actually a great comparison.
Earthbound.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It has to be an action MMO, action RPG MMO.
This looks amazing. Look at
The
the
long
skateboarding.
Oh my god.
Yo,
He really does jet set radio through the streets though.
Oh,
Throw
man.
some air gear up in there. Some jet set.
Yo, no, the air gears where it's at. Give me the skates.
No, wait, I don't understand what's going on here.
And-
I would. Yo,
I don't even understand what's going on here.
Bro,
play
whoa,
Digimon
what's this?
MMO
What is this?
all day long. Or should I say Skink Funk?
She pulled out her keyblade. There we go.
Just
Oh my
hammer.
god, the hammer.
Like they have. Why do
Ew.
these,
It
why
gets
do these
worse,
kids
though.
have these weapons? Like what is?
Just when you thought that it gets wild, or it's
It's
gonna
Earthbound, man.
start flying,
It's Earthbound. I'm telling
Freaking
you.
and
super
shooting.
power. Oh jeez.
I'm like,
I know, right? Throw some cut art in there.
Spider-Man.
I know, right?
oh my god.
I know about
I can see the different weather and everything. Like it is
Oh, good
incredibly
lord.
polished. It looks so good. But like I have one question. What parent is letting these kids do these things?
Who cares? They're amazing parents.
I wouldn't
Play
even
the
care.
game.
Look, Wave Racer. I was just like, oh snap!
Right?
This game is going on.
Oh,
Dude, that could have killed him. So I'm just like, what is happening?
Dude, you're
if I was a
questioning.
9-year-old, my brain. Would
I know I'm
explode.
questioning a video game, right? I
No,
get
but
it.
you're questioning
Oh.
your parents of like this game. Like, what about the Pokemon world? Hello.
That
Hello?
I mean, at the very
Team
least, they
Attack.
put it in, right? They're just like 10-year-olds go out and get their first Pokemon at the age of 10. They may go out and have an adventure where,
Honestly,
where they stop a crime syndicate by themselves.
this is like the real life devastation of Pokemon. Try in a virtual.
Oh my god, this is so good, and the graphics are so cute.
So
They
I'm
are-
I'm getting on to say this one thing because I don't want to use my iPad for this. This is freaking Monster Hunter for kids with Pokemon. That's all I'm gonna say.
That is a
Come on.
vast understatement.
Yeah, that's a huge understatement. It's really nice.
Dynasty, man.
it's
I wouldn't
nuts,
even, I wouldn't
man.
even go there.
It's nuts. That's why it's like, you know, it's a bit much. I Again, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it looks great. It's just
Breath
all
of
over
the-
the. It's all over the place.
If you
Breath
get
of the Hunter's
overstimulated, yeah. If you get overstimulated lately, maybe not the game for you.
Anyone with sensitivity to photosensitive, or our photosensitive viewers is what I'm trying to say.
If
Sensitivity to
flashing
lights.
Yeah, the flashing lights there. That's quite
That
intense.
the game is not for
Yeah.
you because that thing was colorful as hell.
That's so good.
Like,
But it looked incredible. It was definitely a sugar rush.
Please come out for PC.
this is why I'm saying it's
That
perfect
would
for
be my
kids.
first PC game.
It is absolutely perfect for kids.
Listen, they said that about Incredibles 2, okay? I don't know.
I don't know about Incredibles 2. I didn't. Incredibles 2 came out of nowhere for me, so
Like, there were definitely more adults invested in that than the kids were.
I don't know. I Incredibles 2 just showed up one day and I watched it. That's about it. Nothing else. I really didn't know it existed until that time somebody said, "Hey, did you know there was a sequel to Incredibles?" Like,
Bro, how did you
Huh?
not know?
because it wasn't talked about much.
That's false.
No, it's
Incorrect.
true. It's true.
No,
It's very true.
I don't.
I
don't
didn't-
believe.
I did not know about Incredibles 2 till somebody told me.
Okay, well that means you just weren't invested, bro.
I mean,
Everybody was waiting for that sequel. Everybody was waiting for that
That's so-
sequel.
maybe not. I mean, probably
It's
right
like Pixar's
because
best film, bro. Incredibles 1.
Incredibles, yeah. But I thought that was
Oh,
it.
fuck you, sorry. You had to back me up on this one. And then I saw the all over my time. That's exactly. He said it wasn't talked about, but then it was everywhere.
Yeah, it's like on like social media.
right.
Social media blew up Incredibles 2. Like right now, like all right, so you saw that new Spider-Man trailer?
Which? Oh yeah.
Which
yes,
see,
yes,
you
yes.
notice that hesitation. Like, come on.
Because
that trailer-
I was trying to think like, was there like a Spider-Man game that I missed? But no, you're talking about the movie, right?
The movie.
There you go.
Well, because we're talking about movies right now.
Well, okay.
see, look,
you still
that's
gotta
what I've been-
specify because Spider-Man has good games too.
Listen, the new Spider-Man trailer. That's all I have to say. That's because that's all I've been getting hit with for the past several days. Yo, you see the new Spider-Man trailer? Yo, you see the new Spider-Man trailer? Yo, you see the new Come on. You have to be in Iraq. I'm in Iraq.
Mm,
You have to be
I-
all the way down into like the planet's crest.
I've seen the trailer for Spider-Man, especially since people were talking about it all over Twitter.
Yeah, be in
since
the outer core.
they're just like going crazy, but
Everyone's
I
losing
don't
their
think
minds.
that I don't think that really is a similar case for me when it came to the Incredibles 2. at the very
It
least.
it couldn't have been. That can't compare. But like the level of hype.
Oh, and
that was
Jacko.
around it.
Yeah, Jacko's pose.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you have to know that people are talking about it. You have to, at the very least,
At the for Spider-Man.
whether
yeah.
you ignored it or not.
What? I mean, if we're talking about Spider-Man, then yeah.
That new Spider-Man trailer. No,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Miles Morales.
No,
I'm not talking about a game.
no.
I'm gonna pretend I saw it. You're gonna have to. I'm not gonna spoil it. Just go watch it.
If Sync was living under a rock, I've been in the abyss for a while. So, yeah.
So, see,
We're all cave dwellers. I know it. But I couldn't have.
see,
cave
that's what
dwelled
I'm
on that
saying. Like, until somebody told me that Incredibles 2 was out, I was like, wait, there's a sequel? They were like, yeah. Don't you know? I'm like, nah, but I'll go watch it now.
one. Internet
like
Yes, you-
stopped talking about it. It didn't turn out to be as great as we wanted it to be, but that's because
No, I think it was pretty good.
compare that to the first one. First one was amazing. Syndrome is like probably one of the best villains ever
did like that.
conceived.
Yeah, I did like them. I would have to say that, if anything, I don't think I'm gonna not be caught up with things now, since now I'm just all over Twitter and people spoil crap for me all the
Twitter.
time.
Twitter. I never go on Twitter. You go on Twitter more than me.
You don't
Definitely know
you
about
don't need to
Spider-Man
go.
trailer.
You don't need Twitter. Is people
Twitter.
people be saying stuff that you don't like, and then
Tweets.
for real, somebody told me like if you not say anything on Twitter, then that means you lose. I'm like, bro, I could just block and go away.
That sounds like schoolyard fight logic. Somebody calls you out in school to fight and you just don't show up. It means you lose. I'm like, yeah, it does.
Pretty much. That's Twitter is all about just it being garbage. So,
But back where I'm from, when you fought in school, you just got expelled. That was it. I don't know. I don't want to
Basically.
lose my education. So who's really losing? I saw people get arrested. We just got arrested. Actually, it wasn't even an expellation. It was just getting arrested, where like just cops will come take you away. Like it was weird, but whatever. Anyway, go see the new Spider-Man trailer before the internet spoils it for you. Is the point?
no, I
here.
already saw it.
Not you. I mean
Oh.
the people, the audience.
Sorry, I was looking at a damn
Everyone.
tweet.
Oh, and also Dokev.
Don't go to
It's
Twitter.
It's probably the best game that was announced for
Right.
Gamescom.
That shit is like Breath of the Hunter's fantasy.
I want it now.
On.
Wow.
Fantasy Mon Hunter.
So
Breath of the Hunter.
okay.
Wait.
So this is the
That's
reason
a
why
reference
this is the reason
somewhere.
why I don't go to Twitter. Cause
So then don't even bring
Friggin-
that to this podcast. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Okay, so what's going on in Twitmarm? What?
no, it's
Don't
just
you do it.
there's an article out for Pokemon Unite players. They're like, please learn how MOBA works, and I'm like, they're kids, bro. They're kids, man.
Uninstall.
Don't yell at
Uninstall.
kids. They're having fun. You know what? No,
Yeah.
throw them
No,
to
they have to
Dokev
uninstall.
to show them Dokev, and I'm sure they'll be fine.
Uninstall the
Dokev
game.
will come and save you guys all from your misery. That's all you're gonna need. They're gonna all migrate. All those 9-year-olds.
Exactly.
I'm so tired. Everybody. Oh my gosh. So over it. I feel like my 5-year-old is also very capable of enjoying the game. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Look. See.
I just play guard. No idea. What goes on?
I have no
every
idea what's
second.
going on.
Garchomp's a good choice. I prefer Flygon if I'm gonna have a 4 times week ice Pokemon, but that's just me. Just because I love spiting people with levitate dig. I love it. Ever since I did it to my dad all those years ago, he's at a special place in my heart. I don't know if they ever patched that out. I never tested it, I'll be honest. You still miss Earthquake when you're using dig against a Pokemon. Or if you're using a
Ridiculous.
Pokemon with levitate and he has dig, and then he uses it, so my Earthquakes if it misses or not. If they patch that out, I'm upset, but I'm still ready just in case. Playing through Pokemon Y, and I'm just like, of course he has to have dig. So that the moment somebody tries to Earthquake this fool, I'm gonna be ready. It's the small things in life, Anyway,
Gosh.
we're still
Anyway.
9-year-olds that play Pokemon. So,
Yeah,
speaking of which,
I
one
think-
last moment of mention for me.
Okay.
I'm getting the remakes for Gen 4. Are you guys getting the remakes for Gen 4?
I don't have money, but maybe one day.
Like
Maybe one day.
the
Like,
lies you
There's
tell.
there's a new banner coming out for Genshin, so we won't have money again.
I think they're announcing a character from a whole different game series for Genshin. So
Yeah, no, what do you call this? Aloy from Horizon, the Horizon. series.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I'll get it. I mean,
The band.
it
The band.
it was a good game when it came out before. That's the reason why I would get it. So
It's controversial because of how Game Freak's been handling games lately, and Pokemon Arceus is looking like. But yeah, I'm gonna get the remakes. I'm gonna try and still
I don't
be
know.
a functional Pokemon player.
Pokemon Arceus, you get attacked by Pokemon. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Arceus more than the other one.
That one I'm not, just because you see the polish on this Dokev game, and then you see the polish on Arceus.
Well, I mean, come on.
That's not fair. One put in effort, and the other just said whatever.
Well, yeah, that's my point. I love that they've gone in a new direction for the first time since, I don't know, Colosseum, where they really kind of presented a big title in a way like that. But I'm still skeptical. It just seems so empty. In a world where you're supposed to be in ancient Pokemon times, you just kind of expect to see more Pokemon. I just expected a more expansive environment. You ever see how it's animated in the Pokemon world now with all 900 Pokemon? They're everywhere. Everywhere. And it feels like you can only have about 15 Pokemon spawned in a field at once in this game. I don't know, man. It's just something about it is just rubbing me the wrong way. But we'll see. I really want to be excited for that game and try it out. It's cool. Even though like there's a Hisui Growlithe and Gen 4 only had freaking 2 fire Pokemon in the entire region. Where the hell is Growlithe in Pokemon Platinum then, huh?
I don't, you know what?
He has an ancestor in this region.
It's called a reboot, man. It's another universe.
We'll find out.
And Chimchar.
Anima, this is another universe, man. What
Two
you
fire
knew,
types.
what you knew is dead.
Now there's a Hisui Growlithe. You guys.
That was so DS generation, man. Move on, man.
I'm still holding that L.
I mean, yeah, I'm interested in Arceus, but yeah, as you said, it's hard for me to buy even another Pokemon game.
I get it, yeah.
Game Freak and all that.
It's kind of how I felt about Final Fantasy. I almost didn't get 16. I already almost decided because I needed 7 to be all that in a bag of potato chips. Thankfully, it was.
Wait, do you remember the Final Fantasy game that's like Dark Souls that came out with the demo and people?
Oh, you mean Chaos?
Oh, what we have to
Chaos.
kill Chaos?
Yes.
But do you think Chaos is gonna be that game?
Just a question:
I
is
don't
anybody
think so.
thinking about getting that?
No.
I am.
It looks good. Gameplay wise, it looks solid. But no, I'm not invested. Sorry.
I want it just for the memes.
I know, right? Like just for the.
Yeah.
Just for the memes.
I mean, dude,
You know
you
what?
got a
I
hero
mean-
wearing a Kmart outfit, okay? He looks
You gotta
like
be
he just-
careful. You gotta be careful when you buy a game just for the memes, because then you get like The Room 2 or something, or no,
Dude,
Birdemic 2.
The
Sorry,
Room is a masterpiece. What are you talking about?
no, I mean Birdemic. Yeah, we all know that The Room is a masterpiece. I'm talking about Birdemic and how people bought Birdemic and for the memes, and the guy was just like, I know how people lived it. I'm going to make a Birdemic 2.
I need a signed copy of The Room from, not yours truly, but you know what I'm trying to say.
A signed copy.
Yes. I need it. I saw somebody else with it, and I was just like, see, this guy understands what life is all about. Like, that's classy.
Well, Anyway, let's end this off here. We've talked about a good amount of things, and this was very, very fun. Thank you, Last Order, for popping in and coming out of your room to talk and chat with us.
thanks, guys. I'll lock myself back in.
Hey, at least you're out of the you're out of the basement and you're actually in your own room, so it's all good.
Hey,
Moving on up.
I know I'm not a bottom feeder anymore. Yeah.
But let's end this off with what you going to be doing later on, Last Order, or what have you been doing? What do you stream? Where are you?
Oh my god. I have so many. Yeah, in the basements. Yeah. No, I have my own channel, Last Order Films. Not the live one is for YouTube, which I haven't been posting to lately because like I'm still trying to figure out what to do with the affiliate thing. So, but I'm thinking maybe to use that as like a VOD archive. But yeah, my live streams will be primarily on Twitch right now. Yeah, so Last Order Films, and yeah, I have a schedule up there as well. I've been streaming every day, and sometimes like twice a day, depending on the day. And I've just been streaming all kinds of games.
Mostly
and yet-
Genshin Impact, though.
No. Genshin Impact is literally just one day, and then the rest
Really?
is like, yeah. So Mondays are MiHoYo Monday, so it's like Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact. Tuesday is Final Fantasy day, Final Fantasy 14 day. Wednesday is Warframe Day. Thursday is competitive gaming day. So last time I was playing Street Fighter 5 in the morning, and then I was planning to play Smash Brothers in the evening, but I just got too tired. So that's the plan though, test Smash Brothers Thursday evenings.
There's a lot you have to do with Smash anyway, so
Yeah, I need to lab.
What time is that EST so I can show up and ruin everyone's day?
It'll be 10:30 EST.
PM?
PM.
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah, PM.
That's
Yeah.
when people are usually sleeping, like
Yeah.
myself.
I
You
know.
mean adults, not 9-year-olds, because
Yeah, that's
Yes.
that's the majority
Yes.
of that's the majority of Smash players, anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you and Anima. No, I'm kidding.
I'm
Sorry,
9.
no.
Oh my god.
you already know.
Gotcha. Yeah. Friday, I'm streaming Cyberpunk 2077. I'm trying to bring that game back into the limelight
Good
slowly.
luck with that. I mean,
I mean, I was literally just like, oh man, this game fixed so many glitches, and then like this girl, like basically shoots something out of the air with what do they call this? With a rocket launcher that's not showing up, right? And she gets back in the car, and boom, the rocket launcher shows up right now.
you're just playing.
ADP.
You're just playing for the glitches now.
CDPR, why'd you make me into a liar, CDPR? Why'd you make me into a liar?
Listen, man. You playing Cyberpunk is on you. I all the power for you, man. All the power to you. I've recently been done with World of Warcraft, so I know how it feels to play a bad game.
Like Sock said, it's a feature. It is a feature.
It's a feature. In the future, would you like? You can play Cyberpunk 2077, glitchy or glitchless.
Yeah,
Choose your feature.
It's a
Glitchless
dystopian future, so of course anything goes, right? Like, including rocket launchers growing out of your arm randomly.
What is this? Nemesis? Stars. Wait a minute. It's like,
All your car. Every time you try to drive a car, you bounce. And then
and the thing is, there's a part in that thing, that the whole sequence where she's trying to fix this turret that basically stops. Right? I'm having a hard time fixing. Yeah, because you have a freaking rocket launcher for a freaking hand.
Yeah. All right. Well, all the power to you, man. I hope you get some
Thanks, man.
good times and laughs while you're playing Cyberpunk 2077 glitch. Let's hope it doesn't break on you and destroy your computer or anything like that.
Oh no, that's New World. I'm staying away from New World.
New World.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
New World. Actually, because like my video card. For those of you who don't know, if you have an EVGA video card, especially of like the 3000 series from Nvidia, do not play New World because it will brick your video card. So if it's an EVGA brand, do not play New World.
Dang, man. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. How about you, Anima? What's your schedule like?
So, as you know, the Aeon Anima is a channel all about Final Fantasy X. So
That's a lie.
Yeah, that is a lie. What are you talking about?
So
An entire lie.
Catch us on Wednesdays where we play Smash Brothers,
Featuring
and then on
Tidus.
Fridays where we play Smash Brothers,
Featuring Waka.
and then on Sundays where we play Smash Brothers.
Featuring the most useless character. No, I'm kidding. Kamari's cool. I like Kamari.
Whoa. Sir,
See?
sir.
Trying to throw
Sir.
disrespect on Kamari's name.
All right.
Do not disrespect Kamari.
So then you probably wouldn't like watching Pro Jared's video on Final Fantasy X because every time he says there's always the combat and every character has good battle style, even Kamari. I was like, why does he keep saying that? Why is he saying even Kamari?
Bro, because Kamari is kind of whack. I'm not gonna hold you. Right? As far as gameplay goes, he ain't the one. But as far as Kamari, a character, he is the one.
So, like, he even went on, he was like, Kamari is probably that character that you use for backup of another character, because apparently, and I didn't know this, Kamari's spear grid is directly in the middle. I'm like, wait, it is?
So you use him to learn another character's moves.
Like,
Yeah.
You
So
would
you
think
have
Kamari would be good because he's like a Dragoon and a Blue Mage. It's like, how is he not
How
good?
did they mess that up? I don't know.
I
They didn't give him
don't
his own thing. They didn't give him his own stuff. They
Yeah.
just kind of was like, just
You can-
learn somebody else's thing.
You can apparently even use Kamari to get to other people's spear grids or something, which, I mean, okay, but like, isn't he a blue mage?
He's a Blue Mage.
He's a
He's supposed to be a Blue Mage and Dragoon.
And his blue mage abilities usually come out situationally, right? Like
No,
whenever.
Yeah.
you gotta do this. Listen, you
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about. Like, Blue Mage Kamari, right? How it works, he uses a thing called Lancet that you already know what it is.
Right.
And then he gets not aeons, he gets other enemies attacks as overdrives. Sometimes this is insanely useful, but it's locked behind the overdrive system, which makes it very impractical because normally you can just have those abilities in every other blue mage situation as normal attacks.
So
But him, he has to have overdrive every single time he wants to use them, and not every single move that he gets is overdrive worthy. Simple as
Right.
that.
that's
Mhm.
kind of a mistake. If you're gonna have a blue mage, you should at least have that blue mage be like a separate ability, so that they can use it whenever they want. Usually, that's how blue mages work in the past. It's like, oh, I'm a blue mage. Okay, here's an arsenal of abilities that you can learn, and here's the arsenal of abilities that you can use that can semi-break the game. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And it's like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, sort of, Final Fantasy IX, even Final Fantasy V, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy. What's that? 5.
But anyway, I'm gonna
Start.
stop you right there again. So the reason why Kamari also gets more useless as the game progresses is that everybody can learn everybody's abilities anyway. And
Oh,
so
that's
like
right. Yeah.
everyone's a blue mage. The problem with like Kamari is that he gets invalidated in the game and in game. So it's kind of like, all right, Kamari's function here as a character is really gonna come down to his uniqueness and his overdrives. But since none of his overdrive abilities are super great, like there's Mighty Guard, but okay, Dispel exists. There's his like ultimate overdrive, which doesn't really do a lot for damage because it's not multi-hit. He doesn't have any real multi-hit stuff. Like Waka with his Blitz Ball can dole out 1.2 million damage in game. That's a lot. And it's a significant amount of damage considering you're fighting bosses with millions of HP in a game where your final boss before your final boss was like 90,000 or like 80,000 HP. You know, we're talking Seymour final fight is like 80,000, and then Dark Aeons are like 3 to 4 to 5 to even up to 8 million HP. So you're like not gonna use Kamari ever, really, ever. You just can't. He's not usable. So that's the only reason why we all kind of dig on Kamari. But he's a cool character, okay? He makes up for it in spirit.
He's a cool character, but sucks as a.
Yeah, the
Battle
Sphere Grid
character.
is just too good of a. Yeah, the system outweighed like the character. 'Cause
I'm
everybody can
surprised.
do everything. And
I'm
that's what made it
surprised.
hilarious.
I'm surprised nobody tried to copy the Sphere Grid, nor did
13.
Square Enix try. Okay, well, that's a bad Sphere Grid. It's very straightforward. It's
It
not.
tried to copy is exactly what you said, and that's exactly what it did. Tried.
It
I didn't
tried.
necessarily say it succeeded.
But what
Um,
I mean by that, not just Square though. Like they could have just brought back the Sphere Grid again, as it is, and worked on it into improving it. But I'm surprised no other like company or other games out there tried to copy that. Like people copy Final Fantasy games quite a bit, but nobody tried to copy the Sphere Grid.
You know what? Maybe because the Sphere Grid, while it was incredible and its design was simple, it was fundamentally flawed. Just as I said it, everybody can learn everything. And they tried to break it up with like specific Sphere Grids for each person in 13. 12 had licenses, and
Yeah.
I don't remember if that was specific to each. I think it was.
It was
But,
it was specific, but everybody can learn every
Learn
spell.
the same thing, so it's like what? How do you diversify?
There really is. It comes down to, I guess, stats, but then like it all gets close.
Both
I
really
know.
muddied the waters there, though.
I
It
know-
really blew it.
Yeah, I know that like, was it? I think Altier has like the best dexterity. I know Vaughn. I think he had like the high speed or something, so he like
Yeah.
always went first. And I know like the Botch. He had like the highest amount of stats, and he was the
Boss.
best boss or whatever.
From
And
Damascus.
like if you had the Zodiac Spear, you would give it to him because he does the most damage with it.
Yeah, I don't
So-
care.
So
None of that stuff really is interesting at the end of the day when your battles took like 2 hours.
I build them all as tanks. Yeah, it's like, you can't hurt me.
Like the strats in that game validated everything you just said.
Listen, the most invalidating thing about that was probably the gambit system, where you could set it up where you just did absolutely nothing and win the game.
That's exactly what I mean. The gambit system invalidated the licenses. I don't remember a thing about the license system in that game. I just remember being able to set up gambits and like just cheat. Like that's like all there was to it. I didn't even have to be there.
The dress sphere was. I mean, I don't know
Dress
anything
spheres
about
were
the dress
cool.
sphere. I don't know anything about the dress sphere.
See, like the sphere grids were cool because it kind of, even though everybody had access to the same stuff, they all had different abilities, but different sphere grids diversified things by creating different conditions for using and switching through the dress spheres, creating a healthy variety of gameplay where one character just wasn't op. You know, like they all learned the same abilities. Really, the flair came in and how it showed in their character. And that's where even just the physical touch could make all the difference. But this isn't supposed to be us talking about Final Fantasy and their mechanics. This is supposed to be us talking about where to find us outside of the podcast.
It's true.
So yeah, I play Final Fantasy X never, and I play Smash all the time. But if you ever want to know anything about Final Fantasy X, I can probably tell you.
I think he would be the most likely case to tell you, because he hasn't done a run in a while on his channel.
You know what it is? I did a run in a long time ago, and then they're like, so you're going to do the Pinnace run? I'm like, I'm going to need a much bigger audience for that, because that can take hours.
The Final Fantasy podcast.
And it's not fun to watch. People basically should be sitting around and singing Kumbaya with me if we're going to do that, because we're going to be camping.
I'm up for it. Final Fantasy podcast sounds
like,
good.
Max statting in 10 is a real grind. It's like an old school Final Fantasy grind. So if you're in for like a 200 hour sit of just me mashing the X button, awesome.
You go to him for Final Fantasy X. I'm gonna stay with my Final Fantasy 9. If you have Final Fantasy 9 questions, I'm your man.
You're also lying.
What are you talking about?
Keen.
What are you talking about?
That's not what your channel's about.
No, it's not. It's about Final Fantasy 14, but I'm just saying.
Ew, who the hell plays that game still, except for me on Tuesdays? Join me then.
I'm just gonna let that one simmer for a bit.
Meanwhile, Skeptic's channel is about propane and propane accessories.
Ooh.
He's not here to defend it, so yeah, it's true. it's true, everybody. He wants to sell you propane.
Jesse, when did you get in here? Yeah, we're gonna do a Final Fantasy podcast next time, because apparently these fools wanted to talk about it right at the end here.
I see Sock as a man of culture.
I've been called that out. He said his favorite thing about Final Fantasy X was pain. He didn't even say 10-2. He just I was like, you know what? You're right. He's probably the best character. And it's weird because it's the generic way to go about creating a really interesting character, making her all aloof and stuff.
No, best character is obviously Brother.
Also, by the way,
you know what?
I'm also not lying, because I have a general case of Final Fantasy on my channel, so better go back and check my channel again there, Skeptic.
I see not a Nair Final Fantasy 9 video.
Well, it doesn't have to just be Final Fantasy 9.
That's
bro.
True. Yeah, he says it's his favorite, and yet not a single video.
I mean, what do you want from me? Do you want to talk about Final Fantasy 9 all the time? I mean, I can do that. I can switch up.
I just want a video of you gushing for Final Fantasy 9. Just you gushing over Final Fantasy 9.
I mean, I've
30
repeatedly
minutes.
said it on my streams and in some of my videos where I said Final Fantasy 9 is the best Final Fantasy. Don't at me. But, you know, I guess nobody listens to that.
I want you to really sell us on why you think Final Fantasy 9 is the best Final Fantasy game.
Use that Dokkaev energy that you had earlier.
I can't, because
Dokkaev is objectively better.
Dokkaev just looks so good that I can't.
I haven't even made a Final Fantasy X
Dokkaev
video,
just
and my
looks
game
like it's not about anything in its glory.
It's about
like a good
nothing,
time,
but everything at the same time.
Like, I don't need any story beats. I'm already sold. I just want to
Like,
get in
look
there.
at this
Like-
thing. Can you
It's
honestly?
like 5 games combined together, but in a PlayStation Home format.
I can't say like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy 9 over Dokkaev. I look at Dokkaev for like 3 seconds and it's like,
Look at that. even being in the playground looks fun. I'm like, yo, you know what? Yeah, all right. Last thing, you know what makes this look successful, even when it's just showing this really nonsensical stuff right here? How convincing the environment is. Look how many people, even though they all look like they're about to walk out into the street.
Like what?
the life is full of. The life is full of city. The city is full of life.
The lighting is amazing too,
The lighting,
man.
yes. Look at the sun over there.
Oh god.
Like the kid walking, like riding a skateboard in the street. All right, we're cool about that. Then they just jump up in the air and they're just hopscotching with an umbrella. I'm like, it's kind of dangerous. And then you see them going and fighting these. Well, I don't even know what the hell they are, but like,
Bro, it's just.
They're
it just looks like
docabs.
a good time.
like the
Yeah, they
lighting.
docabs.
Jesus.
There's a lot of particle effects, and it makes our brains go ooh.
Yeah, but, like I'm sorry if anybody has like a case of like lighting and colors, and I'm sorry.
Was that a giant leaf monster that just hit?
A llama. He's riding a llama. Okay, I'm getting this game now.
It was a yes,
Yeah,
it was
look,
a
you got
giant
mounts.
radish monster from Spirited Away, I'm sure.
Well,
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to hear the actual game
Still
description?
Yes. Yes.
So they're called dokebi, like bi at the end.
Oh.
Those little monsters. And like I guess they live together with these with the humans. The humans,
Let's see.
and there are bad ones and there are good ones.
Yo, did you see that Lambo that he just skated past? By the way. I'm
No,
just saying,
I'm
this
too
game's
distracted
got
with the
style.
colors. I'm sorry.
Like, they even got lambs. If this has a GTA element
It's-
at all,
A casual open world adventure filled with lovable stories that has
Oh,
players collecting creatures called dokebi who live side by side with humans and encourage people's dreams from which they gain strength.
The hell?
wow.
Oh my
So
god.
it's
What is-
a imagination power.
It's a Studio Ghibli anime.
It
Yeah,
is.
actually, that's actually a great comparison.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all I've been thinking this whole time.
I don't know. That description almost sounded like someone
Spider-Man.
someone who worked on Nights or something.
All right.
Bro, look at this Shadow of the Colossus
Yeah.
part of the game right here.
Yo, yeah, the giant bird.
Yeah, that looked like something straight up out of Shadow of the Colossus.
It was a legendary.
yeah, that was Outer Kudo actually.
Look, this kid in
Lot
the
of
the
stuff.
mini car, like that.
The
That's what.
mini car. That's cute.
Bro, I can't wait to hit that jet. Yo, you know, Owen Wilson, cry your heart out. All he wants to do is ride on a jet ski, and here this kid is just going for it.
Oh my goodness, please.
If
Yes.
you haven't
That's
watched
in
Loki
game,
on Disney
wow.
Plus, just go check that out, please. If you didn't get that reference.
Dokeb is set in a big open world where Dokebi and people live side by side. Players can move freely within the game world, playing mini games and completing quests, but there's also a big picture story to follow that's picked up through hints found scattered throughout the world.
Nice.
Completing certain requirements will cause special events to begin, through which you'll meet and collect new Dokebi and other players. Okay, so like world bosses, the raids.
Mm. The characters are so cute. I want this.
Well, anyway,
Yep.
I just can't wait to use Time Wizard. You look so.
The Time Wizard.
I that's why I said I can't
Baby
even describe what I saw. It's cute.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I
it
don't
really is
understand
cute.
what's going on.
It's got a lot of charm. Let's just call it like that. Time Wizard mod.
All right, folks. Went on a little too long there, so I do apologize for that. I meant to
It's all
close off on time, but you can also find me here, also on my channel, Twitch and YouTube of the same name, Syncweaver. And I am currently trying to get to floor 200 from 1 to 200. It's a Dark Knight in that game. In a place called Palace of the Dead, which acts like it's like a separate game almost. You just have to survive it. It's hard once you get past 150, so
Sounds like Persona.
and it takes hours. It takes hours to get up there, jeez.
Yeah, so he didn't mention the game because that's for Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Okay, because I was like Persona. Like,
Yeah, you didn't mention the game.
Yeah, it is for Final Fantasy 14.
What floor did you get to this time?
160.
Oh, nice.
And crap happened.
Oh,
I'm on the
no.
leaderboards now though, so that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Yay! But yeah, that's what I'm doing on my channel. And that's what I'm focusing on, so I can get my Necromancer title before Endwalker comes in November, which is around the corner, honestly. It's already September, coming up in
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, 2 months and a
Jeez.
bit.
Anyway, thank you guys for dropping on by. I hope you come back and visit us here in apartment 814. Sorry, I still have Dokev in front of me, and I'm looking at the trailer again. I hope you guys have a good.
enthralled.
It's so crazy. That's the only thing from Gamescom which I can clearly remember. Hope to see you guys next Sunday, and we'll chat about other things that doesn't have to be Dokev. You know what? We could have a Final Fantasy stream. Could have one. I'm
Let's do it.
sure each and every one of us has played one Final Fantasy in their life.
No. Incorrect. I haven't played a single one.
So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Thank you, Last Order, for dropping on by.
Thank you for having me.
Time to lock you back in your room.
Goodbye, folks.
It's okay. He has a bathroom and he also has a mini fridge. He'll be fine.
And I also have Genshin in there, so I'll be fine for like 3 weeks.
Yep. See? He'll be fine. All right, everybody. See y'all later.
Get out.
Bye.
I'm trying not to. Why do you have to say it out, man? Say it out. Why do you have to say it? Like I was trying not to say it. Now you're saying it. Like why you gotta be like that, man?
I also
We
need
love you all.
Why you gotta be like that? Like, why you gotta be like that?
Please stay.
Take some chips before you leave.
Adios.